Hey guys, Jit Verhellings here for an episode that's not about anamorphic, but a piece of gear I'm happy to have made in an unexpected way. About a year ago, I was shooting a project with a friend as First AC. We were tearing through our shot list and moving around several close by yet far enough locations that every time we changed setups, her focus station had to be repositioned. At the end of the day, we were talking about it and she said, I should build a handheld rig for my focus station, just so we wouldn't have to move it so much every time, run new wires, or be on the mercy of several battery types. This thought stayed in my mind for a while, and as I'm ramping up for my next project with her, I decided to give it a try and build such station. A handle, a focus wheel for the Tilta Nucleus Nano, a monitor, easy ways to attach wireless video links, and a battery to power it all. I wanted the rig to be modular. For example, if the rig doesn't need a monitor, the monitor can be easily removed. Same for the battery or any part at all. Lastly, I wanted to get it all from Amazon and build it like Lego. There's a link in the description with the exploited view of the rig and pointers to all of the different parts. In the end, this is a roughly 15-part rig, excluding the monitor, the battery, and the Nano. Everything else costed under $200, which is not dirt cheap, but it's also cheaper than anything from Wooden Camera. The backbone of the rig is a threaded 10-inch or 12.5 centimeters 15 mil rod. It features M12 threads at the top and the bottom, and multiple quarter inch and 3/8 inch holes in the middle. On the top and the bottom, I added M12 to quarter inch adapters, but you should keep the bottom one open while we're assembling. After adding the top M12 screw, it's time to throw on a cold shoe mount to it. The quarter inch screw goes right through the middle and into the cold shoe, and then into the M12 to quarter inch adapter below. The challenge here is keeping the cold shoe aligned with the holes in the rod. Onto the cold shoe, we're throwing a tiny quarter inch monitor mount that still has pan and tilt controllers. I like to keep this attached to the monitor at all times, so if I need it on, I just slide them onto the cold shoe and lock it down. If the monitor needs to come off, I only have to loosen the cold shoe lock, which is much easier than unthreading a quarter inch screw. So I'm throwing this on the monitor, and I only have to slide it in here and lock it with this guy. The next part near the top is the 15 mil adapter for the Tilta Nano, meant for shoulder rigs. This part also features an easy lock for the actual focus wheel, which allows for easy removal. So I can slide this in. Moving down is a 15 mil to quarter inch adapter, in which the screw hole is at the back of the rig. Attached to said quarter inch hole is a quick release mechanism facing up. So there's a quarter inch hole here that goes into this. And this quick release mechanism faces up. So let me slide this in. Many people know this as a Cine lock, and I got a generic one for cheaper. The actual plate of the lock goes into the V-Lock battery plate, so the plate goes here. Again, this allows us to quickly add or remove the battery from the rig. So I can just slide it in, lock it into place. Go. We have a battery now. This little quick release thing has rubber rings built around the screws we're using. There's one here, and there's one right here. The rubber is quite useless in this scenario, as it allows the screw to breathe and introduce play. Tighten them to prevent this kind of movement. The battery place is also held by a single screw, which I don't love because most single screw locks allow rotation, But considering how tight I made this thing, I believe it'll be okay. At the bottom of our 15mm rod comes a 15mm to RE rosette adapter mounted to a rosette handle. So the adapter comes here at the bottom, and the handle comes here. At last, we can add the second M12 to 1/4 inch adapter to the bottom of the rod. Onto that, I mounted a 1/4 inch to female junior spud so the rig can easily be placed on a stand too. You don't always have to hand hold it. A V-Lock battery should be enough to power all of these things for a full day or almost a full day. So I wanted to also build in the wiring to power all of those things. This includes a D-tap splitter that I velcro to the back of the battery plate, a D-tap to USB, and a D-tap to Canon battery. The USB will power the Nano, so I'm gonna put this in here so I don't rely on charging its batteries. And the Canon battery powers the SmallHD D702. And I still have one easy access D-tap power to wireless monitoring. So this is gonna go back here. I've been experimenting with it for a little while successfully, and I'm considering adding thread lock to a few screws in order to make it even sturdier and eliminate any chance of play. I'm also adding a neck strap so it's easier to lug around without taking up the operator's hands during a move. This concludes our build and my sidetrack for this week. What do you think of this little gadget? Useful? Useless? Any suggestions for improvement? I'm considering making other videos not so exclusively about anamorphic here, and I would love to hear your input on the subject. What else would you like to see? I'm gonna continue doing scope stuff. I just wanna add to it. Thank you so much for hanging out, and we'll talk again soon. Chitty Fathers out.